Hey guys, this is NinjaDog, and today I'm going to show you how I broke 100 beds in Hypixel Bedwars. Bedwars has exploded under the Minecraft scene in the last few years as the #1 PvP minigame. Over 10,000 people are always playing this game at any given time, meaning there are a lot of very good players that take the game very seriously. I have previously played the game quite a bit, but I haven't played consistently for over a year, so I thought a good way to rediscover the meta of the game would be to try and break 100 beds. So I did! In this video, I'll take you along for the ride with me, so without further ado, let's get into game number 1. Game 1, you can tell I really don't know what I'm doing. The first thing I did was bridge to diamonds, which isn't really the best strategy, more on that later. After securing a few diamonds and a prod upgrade, I rushed Pink. Pink put up a bit of a fight, but my better sword decided the battle. With Pink now dead momentarily, I mined through 2 layers of endstone to secure my first bed of the video. Only 99 more to go. After that, I bridged to middle, but when I returned, I left my bed wide open, so it didn't last long at all. Once your bed is destroyed in Bed Wars, things become significantly harder as you can't respawn. Knowing this, I decided to rush Gray to get them out of the game quickly. I actually managed to get their bed and eliminate them from the game, but soon after I was killed by Yellow, ending my game. Not bad for a first game though, I'll take it. Game 2, I made the same mistake again and bridged over to Diamonds. Oh well, I'm sure I'll learn eventually. Next, I bridged over to Yellow and took their bed with minimal resistance. I went to middle through my Diamond Island, which was pretty stupid, but this time I got lucky and no one destroyed my bed while I was at middle. I spent my new profits on some obsidian to go around my bed, and at this point I was fairly confident, so I ran back to middle and rushed Aqua's bed. I don't want to talk about what happened. After that failure, I decided to buy an ender pearl. This almost feels like cheating, it was so easy. Right after I took his bed, he fell into the void and blamed lag. Typical Bed Wars player, am I right? With the only good player in the game gone, I steamrolled through red 4 times, took his bed, and killed him for the win. Game 3, I rushed diamonds, zoned out, and then got my bed destroyed by Gray. It was the first one gone that game. I then fell off the map trying to make Gray pay for his actions. I'm so good at this game. Game 4 was played on a map with super fast iron generation. Didn't help me win the game, that's for sure. Game 5, I got my bed destroyed really early in the game again. This time, however, I actually managed to make Pink pay for his actions with a nice bull rush. I then fell off the map. It was intentional, I promise. Game 6, I did a smart thing for the first time and built a bridge towards my neighbor instead of towards Diamond Island. Gray wasn't even there when I finished my bridge, which made the bed destruction process really easy. After spending most of the rest of the game doing nothing, I finally got my act together and destroyed Green's bed and finaling him, making it a 1v1. I hit Yellow into the void and then took his bed. It was that easy. Game 7, I played a game on the worst map in Bed Wars. No, you won't change my mind on this. I got 1 bed, so the game wasn't a total waste, but Orchestra is such a bad map. Game 8, I rushed my neighbor like a smart boy, but my other neighbor also rushed me like a smart boy. Well, at least I got another bed, so this game wasn't a total waste either. Game 9, I opened the game with a quick bed destruction. Yellow doesn't look too happy about my strategy, does he? I then got my bed destroyed by White, but don't worry boys, it's clutch time. I rushed White, killed him, and then took his bed. Then I got rushed by Green, so I killed him. Then White respawned on his final life, so I went full clutch mode and killed him as well. I'm so cool. Yeah, this game was pretty much just non-stop killing. I got Gray bed, then Blue bed, then won the game. That's pretty much all there was to it. Game 10 was played on the exact same map as Game 9, and to be honest, a lot of similar stuff happened. I quickly eliminated Yellow from the game with an early push, and then noticed Blue bridging over to my island. I knocked him off, and the bed breaking process after that was very easy. I then bridged over to Pink and took his bed while he took mine. Now no one had a bed, and it was anyone's game. I made quick work of Aqua and prepared for the final 1v1 with Pink. Well, I really thought Pink would be better at the game. Game 11, I really wanted to win because winning 3 games in a row makes me sound like an actually decent Bed Wars player. Gray team was causing a lot of problems early on, but eventually I finessed past him and got his bed. Red rushed me soon after that, but I'm not really sure what his strategy was here. The game froze and he killed me, but somehow he didn't take my bed. Also, White pushed me right after and got my bed exposed. That was terrifying. Because Red was under attack by Yellow, I decided to rush White, and after a decisive bridge battle, I took his bed with ease. Right after that, I was making preparations to rush Yellow, but then his mom unplugged the Wi-Fi and handed me the win. The winning streak continued in Game 12. I knocked off Red and took his bed easily. Then I made my way over to White's base via Ender Pearl to take his bed. Pretty soon, I was the only one left with a bed, so I rushed and killed White for my 4th win in a row. Game 13, I played my first duo game of the video. My friend and I decided to go with the rusher strat, so we rushed green team right away. They were awful. It wasn't hard at all. We felt so confident we rushed red team. That went less well, to say the least. Game 14 was another duo game. Yay! We rushed pink right off the rip, and after some really close battles, we traded beds. Our happiness was short-lived, however, as we got completely destroyed by pink in the middle of the map, ending our game. Game 15, I returned back to good old classic solos. Instead of rushing Aqua like a confident boy, I decided to play the waiting game. I ended up with this really funny kill though, so I'm happy. Nothing else really happened that game until the very end, where Red and I traded beds. Red ironically tried the same strat I used on Aqua at the beginning of the game. It doesn't matter, I killed him anyway! Game 16, I played aggressive and rushed green right away. Too bad he already disconnected before I got there. Next, I rushed over to blue, who seemed completely unconcerned that I was taking his bed. Oh well, noobs will never learn, I guess. Next, I bridged over to Aqua and took his bed. Wow, players aren't very aware of their surroundings in this game. Unfortunately, I wasn't aware of my surroundings either, as pink snuck up on me, took my bed, and killed me to end the game. Game 17, I got my early game rush off flawlessly on white. It was a lot easier than I expected it to be. Getting the final kill was a lot less simple though. It took me 3 more lives to kill white once and end his game. I then rushed yellow and took his bed without him even knowing what hit him. Yellow put up much less of a fight than white, so I got the final kill with ease. I then ran right past red on my way to take his bed. Wow, Bedwars players really do have a collective IQ of 10. With red's bed gone, I easily finished the job and won the game. Game 19, I traded beds with yellow right at the beginning of the game. Never do this, it will always result in death. Game 20, I elimed my neighbor early, and before I knew it, I was the only one left in the game with a bed. This should have been an easy win, but I managed to screw it up somehow. I left my base instead of just waiting for one of the survivors to make a move at my bed, so Aqua got my bed with no effort. I didn't last much longer after that. Game 21, I got my typical early bed and final, and then bridged to green through my diamond island. Well, that was easy. Once that was done with, I grabbed some diamonds and ran back to my base to purchase some upgrades. Soon enough, I was the only player left in the game with a bed, but green so happened to be a really good player, so he Odell Beckham'd me 2 times in my own base and got the win. Comment below if you understood that joke. Game 22, I got a bed here, here, and here. None of them were really interesting. I won the game though, so that was cool. Game 23, I got blue bed and then lost my bed to gray early on. It's fine, I'll just take my anger out on green. I don't even want to talk about how I lost this game. Game 24, I got my bed taken by yellow early on. I actually got his bed, and white bed too for that matter, but I wouldn't live much longer than that. Game 25 was on the same map as game 24. Weird. Ooh, that one hurts. I eventually got his bed, but I took so long in doing so I knew the rest of the game would be tough. It's fine, never tell me the odds. After getting that bed destruction on pink, I voided to keep him from taking my bed without a fight. I managed to kill him in the end, but he took my bed. In the end, my lack of materials caught up to me as Aqua had obsidian and I couldn't afford to buy a diamond pickaxe, so even though I killed him 3 times in his own base, I still lost the game. Game 26, the beginning of the game went much smoother. As you can see, red over here wasn't very good at the game. I managed to get to middle, so I bought obsidian in hopes of making my bed defense extra secure. I then rushed Aqua team. Now I was the only person in the game left with a bed, and this time I didn't choke and got the win. Game 27 was the first game where I was really embarrassed by my performance. Pink just straight up outplayed me here. Props to him. Game 28, I played fours with some of my friends. Fours is a very different game mode compared to solos and duos, and there are only 4 beds in the game, meaning bed defense matters a lot more. Also, various items such as TNT are much more expensive, so games typically last a lot longer. Even 4 players won't stop me from taking their bed though. As you can see, the bigger bed defense of the game mode actually plays to my favor here, as I hide behind the structure while breaking it. With blue bed gone, all the other teams sort of just fell apart and we won the game easily. Game 29, my friend and I executed a coordinated rush. He held blue team back while I broke the bed. I then walked right past yellow into their base and took their bed with little resistance. Finally, it was only us and green team left with the bed, so I used a sneaky strat and built myself inside their bed to take it and secure the win. Game 30, my team flawlessly rushed green team. We felt so cool. I then solo rushed red and took their bed while there was only 1 man at their base. With that bed destruction, we were now the only team left with a bed, so from there it was an easy victory. That's 3 in a row! Game 31, our team took its first L. After eliminating every other team in the lobby, blue team focused us, and we all really had no chance. Oh well, it was a fun game. Game 32, blue team was our kryptonite again. They stole literally every single one of our bed destructions, and then elimed our team, ending the game. Game 33 was our last game played as a squad. One of my friends got yellow bed, But then we were quickly killed by blue team again, ending our game again. I don't know why blue team keeps ending up so sweaty, but I don't like it. Game 34 was my first game back to the solo grind. This TNT rush on pink will help me shake off the rest. After pink was killed, I pushed Aqua, who was distracted by yellow team. I took his bad, but I didn't manage to kill him. Oh well, he died on his own anyway. Before I knew it, I was the only one in the game left with a bed, so I cleaned up and won easily. Game 25, I took Aqua's bed and then jumped off into the void. I'm still not really sure why. I then outplayed Pink by towering up and then block clutching down instead of just jumping straight down like he did. This play caused me to have a considerable health advantage going into the fight, so I won it easily and eliminated Pink from the game. I knew at this point rushing green before he could rush me was my best option, so I did that and then voided so I could respawn at my base and keep him from taking my bed. In the end, I killed him, but he took a while to go down. Game 36, I took Gray's bed right away. He had the spatial awareness of a 1-year-old, so I wasn't really too proud of myself. I then rushed white, killed him, bought a pickaxe, and took his bed. Aqua was my next target, and I killed him, but he fireballed me off while I was bridging to yellow. Nothing else really happened that game. I mean, I won, so I guess there's that. Game 37, I got my typical early bed, and I even got yellow's bed later in the game, but I was an idiot, and I also got my bed taken. Wow, I don't think I've ever been more embarrassed. Game 38, I mixed it up and rushed through my diamond island instead of rushing my neighbor. It went well. I then rushed my neighbor Aqua, and 2 deaths later I finally managed to take his bed. I promptly died to yellow though. I wasn't paying enough attention. Game 39 was played on Orchestra. I hate this map. I pushed blue with a TNT rush right at the start. Wow, that's better than this map usually goes for me. Unfortunately, while I was rushing yellow, my bed got destroyed, and I ended up fighting 2 people at once at yellow's base. Rip me. Game 40, red team and I decided to crank Minecraft 90s on each other. I won! I then camped around my base for a while, upgrading my items and armor. In the end, it was a 1v1, me versus Pink. I'm still mad about this block glitch BS. Plus, he took my bed and killed me, so that was like another kick to the balls. Game 41, I fell into the void speed bridging. I then got my bed destroyed while taking red's bed. Red made me pay for my sins. Game 42, I threw blue off a cliff and took his bed. I also got a final kill on yellow. I decided to rush pink, and that went really well until I lost my bed after taking his. It was now just red and I left in the game, and when I saw that, I pretty much knew I was screwed. Game 43, I got a clean bed rush off on green, and before I knew it, it was a 1v1. Some Bed Wars games just don't last very long, I guess. When I saw pink at middle, I knew now was my chance to take his bed, so I took it and voided. The rest of the game was easy. Game 44 was on Orchestra, so you already know I lost. Wait, no, it can't be. I won a game on Orchestra? This must have been divine intervention. That's my only explanation. Oh, also the kid I beat challenged me to a duel, so I beat him in that as well. Take that, flex me. Game 45, I got green bed early, and then took red bed with a TNT rush. Unfortunately, my bed got taken by yellow, and I have a sneaking suspicion yellow was using anti-knockback, so I died. Game 46, I got my neighbor's bed early like always, then I made my way over to Aqua and TNT rushed their bed. Finally, I snuck past yellow and took his bed. He tried to run back and get a revenge grief in, but I knocked him off before he got there. After that, I ran over to red base and killed his iron golem. I still don't know why anyone would buy an iron golem. After that weird experience, it was a 1v1, but blue had taken my bed while I was taking red's bed. I knew I needed to make my move now, so I popped an invis potion and ran over to his base. He never saw it coming. Game 47, I got my bed destroyed before I could even bridge to someone else's island. I actually managed to destroy 3 beds after that, but these acts of war only delayed the inevitable. Game 48, I killed white and took his bed. This final is one of my favorites of the series. He's just so cute and innocent. After that free bed, I bridged over to gray and took another free bed. Bed Wars is a hard game. Time flies too. After those 2 bed destructions, it was already a 1v1. I lost! I should have rushed him instead of playing passively. Game 49, I got Pink's bed and a really clean final kill. It was just really smooth. I then took Aqua bed with no resistance. Aqua had diamond armor though, so I knew the final kill would be tough. Good thing someone else got the final for me. When I saw that it was a 1v1, and I was the only one with a bed, I already knew I won the game. Game 50, I got a free bed from yellow, who disconnected. I then took blue bed while he was distracted fighting red. I decided my next target should be Aqua, but right as I was rushing him, red took my bed. GG, gamer. Game 51, I did nothing with my life and got eliminated right away. Game 52, I did nothing with my life and got eliminated right away. Game 53, I actually did something for the first time in 2 rounds. I rushed Fake George and took his bed with ease. I then rushed Gray Team, who seemed completely unaware of both my existence and the fact that hardened clay is the worst thing to put around your bed. Yellow was my next victim. Right after I took his bed, I voided because I was concerned that someone else might be rushing my base. I was wrong! Fortunately, before Yellow died, he took Green's bed for me, so that just made the rest of the game a piece of cake. Game 54, I took my neighbor's bed right at the beginning of the game, and then I didn't do anything the rest of the game. I also got eliminated, so that sucked. Game 55 was on Orchestra, so you already know I got eliminated before doing anything useful. Game 56, I knew I was a few beds away from getting to 100, so you already know I was sweating really hard. Anyway, I destroyed Gray's bed with one of my typical early game pushes, but soon after my bed was destroyed by White. I knew if I wanted to win, I would have to move fast, so I ran over to Gray, bought good tools and 2 pearls, and rushed Red. After taking Red's bed, I saw Yellow wasn't home at his base, so I took his bed for my 99th bed destruction of the video. Before I could take the final bed to end the video though, my opportunity was already gone. This is without doubt the saddest win I have ever received. Game 57, I knew I was going to get my 100th bed destruction. I didn't want to make it anything fancy, so I just knocked Gray off and took his bed. So there you have it, 100 beds in Bed Wars. I think the main 2 takeaways I had from those games were that you need tools at all times just in case you have the opportunity to take a bed, and positioning matters more than anything in Bed Wars. You could literally be the best PvPer in the world, but if you position yourself badly, you will lose games. So yeah, those are my pieces of advice. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all later. Bye!